Yeah. Brief hangout tonight. Tired from being out all day and mixed amongst the wildlife of this country.
Ella went to bed late last night and got up.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a good day though.
It was a nice day.
Got a shearing video I put up a little bit later that turned out real good.
You go about that.
The kids at the end were funny.
Yeah.
When they were feeding the lambs. They all thought they had to drink.
Well, I did.
No. They were always feeders.
Damn, I would have done that. Milking the cows, just I wasn't going to fight those kids.
No. You could have milked a real cow.
And I'll the opportunity somewhere else. I'll just bring up a farm. I've milked a cow. I used to help next door when I was younger.
Yep, cow, goats. You can even milk sheep if you want to. You could have taken some video of the track coming in and out because that was good bushland, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then I had the Nat Sav.
Hello, Tammy. How are you? We're relaxing after a long day out. The kids and grandkids went to Wildlife Park. And actually, my tram video didn't work.
Never did mine.
No, it didn't work. I don't know why.
It's strange how both of ours didn't work.
Where can we find some meat like y'all? Here?
Find what?
Meat. Hello, Brent. Nice. Nice. Spent 200 quid, Brent did, and hopefully you'll make about 700 quid in profit.
Oh, good.
It's a good day's work. That's a week's wages for most people. 500 quid.
8 o'clock, I feel like it's like midnight.
Just put a video up from today. It's about the koalas. They're always good to look at.
I wonder why.
You patted them, didn't you?
Yeah, I wonder why our train videos didn't.
I don't know.
Mine didn't either.
Well, a nice bit of Australiana coming up in the next video is going to be about shearing. It may not interest some people, but I'm sure some people would be interested to see how Australians have sheared sheep over the years and sorted the fleece out. And then at the end of that video, there's a cute bunch of kids doing something with lambs. So I'll let you see that in another hour or two. I'll put that video up. It was a good day though. Beautiful, sunny winter's day. It was warm actually. It was nice.
I got a bit cool towards the end.
I need some sheep in my life. Well, we've only got about 80 million sheep in Australia, but you can have one if you get here. I'll give you one for free, Tammy. I'll personally get a lead and a collar, and I'll give it to you when you land. I like sheep, particularly in the fry pan. Oh yeah, they're quite sharp, aren't they? How was the cornbread? It was okay. We don't normally eat cornbread.
No, it would have
But
been.
the wife made a good batch of it.
What it was, we got gluten-free.
Oh yeah, it was gluten-free cornmeal. And someone said, no, you don't use that. But that's all we could get. In Australia, people don't eat cornbread as a rule.
And you could tell it was gluten-free. I'm sure it tasted okay. But I'm sure if it was normal cornmeal, it'd be
better taste, I think.
Yeah. So I'm still looking for normal cornmeal, not.
Well, after you made that cornmeal, I could help myself. I made a damper recipe, which is just an Australian version of bush bread, and it is yum. So some people have followed that simple recipe. Make a nice damper, goes with everything. You put jam on it, you can put savoury, you can use it as a normal bread. We like using it when we have a soup or a stew. But I mean, another thing I suppose it's sort of a touristy thing where we went today. The park was called Whitman Park.
Whiteman.
Or Whiteman Park, depends how you say it. My wife says it several ways sometimes. Anyway, it was great. We had a tram ride through the park, plenty of kangaroos bouncing around. And then we had a bite to eat. Then we went to Caversham Wildlife Park. And that's where you see some of the following videos I'll be putting up. A little bit of Australiana, if you like. But there were, and it's a tourist type place, don't get me wrong, but it's the park itself, Whiteman Park, has hundreds of little nooks and cranny barbecues, free barbecues. Take your meat and salad and kids and cricket bat, footy, whatever you want to do. And they're pretty good. What's the cost of living like in Australia? Not much different than around the rest of the world, I suppose, except wages are much better here.
Yeah, come on,
Of course
Tammy.
you can, Tammy. Come on down. You know, I think our kids have got good jobs, but over 100 grand is considered a good wage. An average wage is probably in the 70s or 80,000 a year.
Maybe 60.
Well, no, not really. I mean, the minimum wage is $22 an hour. So that's 900 a week.
Comparable to what you earn, I suppose it's the same all
It's an excellent view of a table keeping. And sometimes we have elephants walk past. Keeping knows what I'm talking about. Being the elephant man. Stop your bloody whinging. I'll do a close-up of the chook for you, Keeping. There. Camera will probably fall over now. And it's gone all fuzzy. It does that sometimes.
Just tap the screen, no?
Yeah, I put my hand in front and that fixed it. No, but that was the video of the koalas is up, but if I recommended anything, there's 3 videos I'm putting up today. One's the koala, that's up. Second one is the shearing video of sheep, and I'd recommend to watch that one. And the last video is about the animals in the park. So if you're interested, a bit of Australia. Yeah, you go, mate, all right? Yes, Keeping going with his elephant. Yeah, good. Yeah, he's got it trained now.
What?
In-joke between me and Keeping.
Oh.
Oh, I missed whatever someone said then.
Tammy said, oh my God, not so funny. I had spider land on me today. I screamed my head off. Yes.
Yeah.
I can relate to that, Tammy.
Don't worry about spiders.
Yes, you do. I don't care.
The crocs will get you before they will.
I don't know what it is about spiders, even though there's a lot that can't bite you and are the size of your hand. But
Most animals don't want to bite. If you think about the animal kingdom in general, all these million other species other than us, their biggest fear is man. Because we kill billions of them every year. Inadvertently, like travelling at 70 miles an hour on a highway, or we eat them, or we spray them with shit. We're far off better being humans than we are animals. Redback's right. I got bitten once, did make me a bit crook, but generally, actually I've noticed that over the last decade, there's less insects. They've still got the same variety of insects, but less of them. I think that's worldwide, to be honest. I pick spiders up, they don't bother me. Let them run across your hand, down the back of your neck, towards your throat.
No.
No, they don't, they're not after us at all. They want to get away from us.
I've had a huntsman on my back come crawling up over my shoulder. Well, I've never taken off my shirt so quick in my whole life.
Yes, you have to watch out for the fat forvanus. Fat forvanus, which is what Jojo's referring to. It's a species of americana wildlife, which on occasions has been known to bleat and scream about teeth. But I think that boy's reaching his Jericho. It's about time. That time has come to say fair's fair. The fat boy in the van hasn't got any hair.
I wonder why our train videos didn't work.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have to look at the video to say the answer. Yeah, he would have.
We've been looking, we've been out
We've been out all
day
day, Jojo.
looking at real Australian wildlife. Of
Yep.
course, Seeds will have his videos up first,
I've got one up of koalas.
but mine will be different now.
Jojo, I have to apologise in advance. We ran out
Oh.
of time today,
Yeah.
but there was a old motor museum. We'll do it another time.
Actually, we can go back there and done, yeah,
And it's a big old museum,
of cars.
all sorts of cars. You would have loved it. As we finished and we drove past it, oh, geez, we didn't do that. But we could spend a day, go and have lunch, and I'll do that for you one day. I know you'll enjoy it. It's now
We actually-
or never.
You could spend
My teeth have gone.
3 full days at that park, you know,
Yeah.
because the Whitman side,
Oh, now you call it Whitman. Here, I've got. Go to the start of this video when I said we went to Whitman Park. She says it's Whiteman.
yeah, because
But what did you just say?
because I'm copying you and I'm
Oh, I see. You do as I say, yeah?
yeah, you
but don't do as I do.
You do exactly the same thing. We'll just have a domestic. Excuse us for 5. You could spend 3 whole days there. Really? Like,
Keeping. Here's my cousin. Watch what you say. If it's nice, they won't like you. Yeah, I mean, inevitably, natural attrition will take place, and the fat man in the can will fall. Guaranteed. Because there are no safety nets, there are no real friends, it's over.
who cares?
Yeah, and who cares?
I'm sure they know your sense of humour, Jojo.
Yeah, but this museum, old motor museum, we spotted it on the way in. We said we're definitely going to do that, and we didn't.
No.
But we spent a lot of time with the animals.
We didn't even get to see everything. And
No,
and the
you
whole
never
day
do.
we were there.
The actual park itself has like, I don't know, hundreds of free barbecues, flowing water, little rivers, creeks, lots of shade, good facilities, and it's all free.
Except for the wildlife side of it.
Oh no, the Caversham Wildlife Park is a managed reserve. So, but you'll see some of the footage. They'll let you get up pretty close, which is great. There's heaps of Chinese tourists in there. My goodness.
Yes.
Which is fine, but man, there was lots of them. Every now and then, these hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of Chinese tourists would stop and point at me and say, "Look, real Australian," because I was a bit of an oddity.
But you know what was embarrassing?
Mm-hmm.
Cracking the whip. An Aussie guy couldn't do it, and who did it?
Yeah,
First
Chinese
go,
guy
A
did it,
Chinese
yeah.
guy did it first go. And the Irish guy that was with us.
Yep. I think work and that person don't go in conjunction. There is. It's a terrible life. It's like, you know, you now drive past Pity because he self-inflicts it upon himself. He does have issues. There's no question. There's a mental health issue at all, no doubt. But he doesn't want to face that. Last day of summer here sees. What is it for you? Well, we actually go into spring on the 1st of September. But the sky is changing colour, so we're changing. It's coming out of its coldest time.
Actually, I have to remember.
Next 2 weeks it's still cool.
It's one of our grandson's birthday tomorrow.
Which one? We've got so many. Makes it hard.
I just can't remember which one.
You're thinking of Logan
No, not Logan.
or Ethan.
No.
You'll think of it. You'll have to send them something.
Or just transfer money.
No, send them a card.
I don't like putting cash through the mail. People, it's a big thing. I'm not doing that.
Or send them an IOU.
No, just bank transfer it.
I don't like doing that. It's not a gift.
Well, then I'll have to wait till we
Just
see
stick
them.
$20 and a card.
Then I'll wait till we see them because I'm not posting it.
See who?
Whichever grandchild's birthday it is.
Memories.
I have to look on the calendar. That's terrible. Can't remember which one's birthday it is when I just read it on the
You
calendar.
walk past the calendar and thought, oh yeah, forgot that
Oh,
birthday.
yeah.
And now you come out again, you can't remember. It's not Lily's.
No.
Memories we have, and then they fade into obscurity. And then you sit back as you get old and think, I know there's something that I did that was really cool one day, but I've forgotten. But you smile anyway. That's okay. You lived it. The memory may have faded, but you lived it.
Yeah, that's true, Jojo. It's always somebody's got a birthday every day, don't they?
Well, I'm not big on birthdays myself. It's just a marker, a passage of time to indicate to others that the rings of life around you are increasing. And one day, sure as eggs, something will take that tree down. And your ring will be exposed to everyone. Check his ring out. Jeez. As I walk amongst the Boit, I fear no evil. You could start a little sort of cult around Bolt if you wanted to. I call it Bolt because most of the time it should be locked. Hello, Terry. How are you?
Your Vincent Price voice again.
Good evening. Tonight's radio show is brought to you by Campbell's Soup. Drink soup or die. Take to the studios with Orson Welles. Good evening, viewers. My name's Orson Welles. I'm going to lie about an alien invasion, and you will sit there in fear and crap your pants, and then some of you will actually jump out of windows.
Have you viewed the chat?
No, I can't hardly see the chat.
Keeping Cool said, when you started talking about eggs, I thought he was going to mention Humpty Dumpty.
He must be talking about the video, is he? No.
And then Tammy said, the tree's down. It hit my car, but I didn't tell anyone. I bought a new car. Don't tell anyone.
Sounds fair to me.
Okay, Tammy. Shh. Don't tell anyone what I just read out. Tammy said so. And Terry said, I'm good. We are good too, thank you. And Jojo said, only a day I lock my doors and turn off my phone is Father's Day. I don't want to find out. Yes.
Jojo, what?
I don't want Terry Springer, who's
I am
daddy.
not your father. Mum says you are. Now give me a bloody Ferrari, you tight old bugger. was a good day. Long day. It was good going out in the bush, checking out a few animals. But I'm putting up a shearing video in about an hour. Go check that out. It's good fun and some funny bits at the end as well. If that sounded like a lock and load, it's probably because Bully's in the back room. So what are you guys doing today? It's Sunday morning. Obviously someone's delivered breakfast to you in bed. Obviously, that's what's occurred. Freshly squeezed orange juice, bacon, eggs. Probably some nice toast, crumpets maybe, even pancakes, I'm not sure. What did Tammy say? Something about her mum is still alive but not going to check up on her. Oh well, there may be differing reasons for why.
I refuse. I think you sort of said, Tammy, I'm not sure if it was Tammy or someone else, not a good relationship with your parents.
You cannot choose how you enter this world and the family you're born into. He's in Miami. He's probably got those sunglasses on, Jojo. You can just see him with the sun, early morning sun hitting him, and he slightly turns his head to the left, like that show. What was it, CSI, I think? Who's that? That's Jojo.
Oh, you can have a lunch or something, are you keeping? Keeping's going to his father-in-law's for like birthday. Sorry, birthday.
Pink shorts. Oh, that's right, yeah. That'll attract the women for sure. Probably the ones with wigs on. A bit of an Adam's apple, but still. Relationships are what you make them, Jojo. Oh, so you don't get breakfast in bed, Terry?
Alright, Terry, just put the phone near his ear and we'll wake him up for you.
Yeah, no. To put the phone near his ear and get my bacon video going on really loud. The sizzling bacon. Oh, while you're up, sweetheart, you could probably make me that. 2 eggs. Nice. I make breakfast in bed for my wife quite often. Sometimes I'm walking into the bedroom door quietly, I've done everything quietly, and then she opens the door ready to come out. We're going, oh, okay. Oh, good. Yeah, that's a look. That's probably not going to take off, Jojo. You can't change the direction of a wildebeest, but you can shoot him in his sleep. He is what he is. You are what you are. But it's nice to make someone breakfast in bed on times because they appreciate it.
First of all, have you got a tray? You've got to have a tray and then you can hint. This tray could be used for, and then you say blah, blah, blah.
Well, I see there is a way to ask, Terry. It's like, it's a beautiful morning. I tell you what I've been dreaming of is someone making me breakfast in bed. You don't have to, of course, but I'll pretend to go back to sleep. And if you do happen to gently walk through the door with that tray with freshly made coffee, bacon, eggs, toast, and probably the newspaper, the Sunday morning newspaper, that would be good. So I'm just going to drift off back to sleep now. It's all up to you. You don't have to do it, of course, but, you know. Don't look at your wife, Sid. I don't think I've ever had breakfast in bed, actually.
I've asked
Oh, you didn't have to say it. You're not bleating, are you?
No, you've asked you. You couldn't lay there or sit up. Eating
No, I'd
like
smell
that.
the bacon cooking.
Yeah, you'd come out to check if I'm doing it right.
That's nice, keeping. That's how you do it. I think it was you, Terry, said something about curry, how you like it, but your husband doesn't. Doesn't mean you can't make a batch up, put some in little containers and put them in the freezer. Every time you feel like it, rip one out.
Who? No, Terry just said she's got a bad back.
No, but she was saying husband doesn't like curry.
Oh, okay.
The curry I make is mild because I know all the kids will come around and go, is that curry? So they get it, a mild version. Pancakes and bacon and coffee. Yeah, it's the thought that really does get, I've got a special little tray.
See you, Jojo.
He's going to speak Cuban or Puerto Rican to get around here. Good luck. If you're on the south side of Miami, it's only a short swim to Cuba, Jojo.
Well, buying you breakfast is just as nice.
Well, you could make French toast. You need a couple of eggs for that. But that's all right. He can take you to a high-class breakfast restaurant. That's all the cooking. Well, I mean, you can make a suggestion. Or, last resort, Terry, you could always go past a little Asian market somewhere. They're everywhere around the world. Just get a couple of curries, put them in containers, and again come home and freeze them for when you like them.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't have to cook it, particularly if he doesn't like it.
Yeah, if he doesn't like it, it's nothing worse. You have to cook something you don't like.
I haven't done any Thai curries, but Thai curries are different. I do like making them. And even the soups like Tom Yum Goong, or Tom Yum Gai, Kup and Carb,
Well, Terry, you'll just have to come here with Tammy.
Mak Mak.
Steve will cook you a curry.
Yeah, Thailand's a beautiful place if you get a chance to go. Really nice. It's only about 6 hours away from us. We've got to fly to Singapore first, or Kuala Lumpur, don't we? For some reason, they don't fly directly to Thailand. Seems fair. As long as you keep them dry, that's the main thing, Jojo. Enjoy your day, my friend. I hope it's wonderful. It's like a lot of people suggested, oh, when you come to the US, you're going to go on the west coast and down the south. We've got beautiful beaches, and I'm thinking, I live on an island. It's got 80,000 kilometres of white sandy beaches and cliffs. Probably don't need to go to a place to look at the beach. It's the historical side that I like to look at. So does my wife. But, you know, I can't imagine we would fly and go to some beach and think, oh, that was worth the effort. And I'm being a bit biased. I've seen a lot of beaches around the world. None of them beat ours. We've even got beaches north of me. A place called Shark Bay. The whole beach is just shells. Over millions of years, the whole area has all these animals grow and die, and the whole beach is made out of it. In fact, the beach is called Shell Beach. It goes for quite a long way, but quite unique. Say good day to them. I think I'm being mean and ignorant all the time. I mean, you look at my clay chicken.
They don't mind. It's a different view.
Yeah, I suppose. But I'll just say a quick good day to them.
He's going to bed shortly.
big day. I'll whack up that shearing video shortly. Watch it, you'll be interesting stuff. Tammy Wooten says, be right back, I'm just downtown to get some meat. Got a few bargains this week, beauties. Actually, I pounded out some of that Scotch fillet made as a hamburger yesterday. It was yum, wasn't it?
Steak burger.
Yeah, steak burger. Yeah, I suppose we've got 2 more weeks of the cold weather. Normally the first 2 weeks of August is about the coldest of the year. And then it rapidly changes. 1st of September is our official spring day. And it'll be warm, which is good. Looking forward to the warm weather. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be able to show you a video of something happening out here. The start of the big edition. All going well. It's nice that even at winter time it's nice if there's no wind. Like it's probably about 12 degrees Celsius, which is not super cold. Would trade places with you any day. Well, I wouldn't trade with you because I think we live in a wonderland down here, a beauty. But you're welcome to come down. If you need to trade places because yours is unpleasant, just move. Nothing tying you down into one spot. People say, oh yeah, but we've got family here. No, if you're not happy somewhere, don't be there. Be elsewhere. And you know, the weather reporters around the globe always say, rain on Thursday, snow on Friday, but elsewhere fine. Just go elsewhere. It's always good there. Wait till you listen to the next weather report. You see what I'm saying? Elsewhere fine. Well, yeah, so you've been there for 22 years. Maybe you'll be elsewhere. We've travelled all over the place. Hello, Hammond. Travelling's good, and it's good to call a place home, but I call my country home. I know that sounds a bit weird, but we've lived all over this country. My state, if I selected one, is one I'm living in now, is Western Australia. Very beautiful. But, like I say, home is where your heart is. You could be living in absolute paradise, but be miserable. Solution? Move. Yeah, just do things for yourself. I mean, sometimes we're selfless for lots of our lives, for lots of reasons. Family, friends, kids, grandkids. Sometimes you should treat yourself, whatever that is. Because sometimes we forget about us and pander to the needs of everyone around us, which is good, gives you a good feeling, there's no question. But you often forget about you. I've always said, treat yourself. If you're doing the right thing in life and everything's going okay, but you should treat yourself. Be it a week's holiday somewhere, or buy something nice for yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Don't feel guilty about doing that. But don't beg for it, because I'll be on to you like white on rye. Yeah. But things are changing on YouTube. It's noticeable. There has been, I only watch probably 30 or 40 channels, and not regularly. But out of that 30 or 40, it's a good mathematical equation. About 10 of them have been demonetized. I expect to get demonetized one day, because I'm only a little channel, and that'll be okay. I'll still do videos. But it looks like some of the channels getting demonetized were earning okay money, and now there is no money. And some have just stopped making videos, because they're not making any money. In fact, they make videos saying they're not making any money anymore. Yeah, to be selfish in general is a sin, there's no question. But to, again, when you're being selfless and just doing everything for everybody else, probably being selfish is not the right word, but paying attention to some of the needs that you would like are important. Other words, buy yourself something or go on a holiday. Just do what you want to do. Buy some canvases, start painting if that's what you want to do. It's like there's so many things. I'm as guilty as everyone, don't think me wrong, but I'll hear people say, oh, I've always wanted to paint or do some charcoal drawings. And I'm thinking, well, what's stopping you? They go, oh, nothing really. I just talk about it, but don't do it. Life is about change. Everything changes. We don't like change. We're not a beast. The human species is not happy with change in general. But it's inevitable to occur. We are all going to face changes in our life. Some would probably be great. Some are not so great. But that's the holus bolus, the big bag of wax. I think the wife just went to the dunny. Can you hear it? Yeah, that's the flush system. And it'll go, incredible. We got plenty to do here for the next year, on and off. A lot of things will happen quite quickly, and then some things will be a bit slower. Hello, hi, how you going, my friend? Good. To what is there puts for the soul? That must be a Canadian saying, because I don't know what you mean, Helen. To what is there puts for the soul? Not sure what that is. Wolf, hear that? Just at the back of the prairie, there was a wolf. See? I'll have to get him, like Paul Hogan. Crocodile Dundee, get down, you mongrel. Get down, one. No, it's just a neighbour's dog. But it's Sunday morning in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm sure people have got a big day ahead. We had a big day. Therapeutic. Okay, yeah. You're using an Apple iPhone, aren't you, Hammers? Mine does that all the time. I spell pretty well, but my phone decides it will do otherwise. Good one, mate. You follow the recipe? Yeah, you'll love that. Braised steak and onion gravy. Chuck on a bit of mash or veg, whatever you're doing. And the beauty is you can freeze that. You want to put it in containers, mate, freeze it. And when you feel like it, rip out a container full of braised steak and onion. Heat it up slowly, get some mash going, some honeyed carrots. Or even just take it fishing with you. Nothing wrong with that. I spilled myself. So have you been on holiday this year, Hammers? Have you gone anywhere? I know what sort of work you do, but I mean, do you get a break and go places? Particularly the summer, I imagine it'd be a good time to get going. And I imagine going on holiday in February over there is a good idea. Big day at sea, it's got to cook a lot of chicken and not KFC. Yeah, I don't eat fast food as a general. I have it every now and then, put my hand up, but I don't like it, to be honest. Give me a good old roast chicken from home. Or I make a magnificent honey sesame chicken. Next week though. Yeah, it's good to have a break. Working all the time is not good for you. You're on the dunny, weren't you?
Yes.
We heard you. It's recorded.
Did you?
For posterity. Of course, they want to get down in accordance with the King and Queen of YouTube. Well, lots of people are being demonetised. Yeah, that's a beautiful little meal, mate. Just check it with the fork every now and then. I like mine cooked. Wife does a version of that too. I do a bit bigger portions of veggies. She likes little tiny bits, sort of a German way of doing it.
Of what?
Vegetable roasted in the oven. How you do yours?
Oh, yeah.
I'll do a simple video of it, hi. It's whatever you like. Potatoes, carrots.
Oh my.
I chuck in onions,
I think it was.
Whatever I've got, mate, to be honest. There's a bit of pumpkin in the fridge, so I'll make one with that.
I think Hi was the one who wanted. When we're talking about my veggie one, is it? Was it Hi or someone else?
No, I was talking to Hi about it a couple of weeks ago. I'll just make a video of that because we often will just have that as a meal. Crunchy, yummy vegetables that have got all
Yep.
that on it, and then we'll do a... yeah, I'll do one, mate. And then I put a bit of sour cream, and I put hot chilli sauce on mine. The wife uses the sweet chilli.
Yeah, it was.
But that's
Hi.
a meal.
It was Hi when I was saying how I do my
Okay.
veggies. Yeah.
This tobacco keeps going out. But all that sort of tucker, like if I haven't seen you in any of your videos light up a little campfire and have a little feed. Do you do that on time to time, Hi? Because I used to, when I go fishing, I'd always have time to light up a little campfire stove, even if I just took my own. I like shopping at the butcher for a lot of my meat. Every now and then I'll see a bargain at the supermarket and I will grab it. Yeah, that's true. I'm the same, Hi. If I can sit and watch somebody cook and I can take it all in. I can't really, and they tell me about it, I'm going, okay. Because when you do, you learn. Hello, Carol. But it's like my spuds. When I do roast spuds, I like leaving the skin on. The carrots, the spuds, the pumpkin. I eat pumpkin skin when it's roasted. Some people go, ooh, it's yum. For me, it's nutty. And cooked properly, it's cooked all the way through. And all the vitamins on vegetables are 85% in the skin. It's true, not lying. Yeah, that's the way to go. I always used to take a little bit of flour, egg and breadcrumbs with me when I went fishing. Fillet it, or whole, depends what you do. I just chuck her on the fry pan. Egg and breadcrumb was my favourite, but we get a lot of snapper, we get a lot of deep ocean fish. So, very nice. Even a bit of shark, doesn't go astray. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Yep. The thing about food, there are combinations, aren't there? If I said these trio of foods, you could all give me different dishes, but if I said onions, potatoes, and bacon, you could all come up with a dozen dishes.
Yeah, I've done fried potatoes. Then you add onion and garlic. Add bacon. I'm a bit slow because I'm tired. What are you thinking?
Cara just said good night to you.
I did. I said hello to Karen.
Oh, okay. I must be laying bad.
Yes, I fried cooked potatoes, chop them up, fry them. Chuck in onion, garlic and bacon. Chopped up bacon.
Yeah, you can come over, Teddy. Don't come over in summer, because we'll have to just leave you in the freezer.
Where are you going, Tammy?
Bit too hot for you. This time of the year is best for North Peak from the north to come down because it's like 21, 22, and it's cold for us. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it'll happen one day, mate. We'll be going to New Zealand again in the future. You only hop, skip and a jump away from wherever we would land. As long as you don't have any earthquakes when we get there. And there's plenty of high country in New Zealand, especially in the south. Who's that?
Emily.
Oh God. Yeah, give it here, I'll show them.
I just asked about.
Our daughter does Snapchat and she just sent the wife a photo. See if you can see it. Scary, eh? All right, Tammy, you have a good one. Yeah, that's the easy one. Actually, what I do with spuds is I'll cook a heap of it in the oven. I bake them whole. And then we'll eat some with whatever dinner. And I'll have about 10 or 12 left over. And they just go in the fridge. Because you can do anything with them. Cold spud, cooked all the way through, sliced up, bit of olive oil, butter in a fry pan, makes those little crunchy rounds. Yum. Or chop them up randomly, mayonnaise, bit of red onion, whatever, potato salad. I actually just go to the fridge every now and then, grab one, take a bite, add a bit of salt and pepper, just as a snack. And particularly if you've got spuds, they've got little eyes starting to form on them. People just go, oh, throw them away. I don't do that. I cook the buggers.
Oh, I'd love to go to those high country lakes, high country. Carol, did you read Carol's comment? Asked if our weed is stronger than what's in US.
I don't know,
Probably
we
it's
don't
the
smoke
same.
weed.
You'd have to ask Aussie Shooter, Carol.
It's,
Although he wouldn't know what US
oh, there's
weed
so
is.
many different strains of marijuana, all different types. Oh, I like crunchy roast potatoes. Ho, ho. That hard is how I like them. But the best potato, now hi, if you do a little campfire going in the bush, take some foil with you, wrap the old spuds up in it, put them on the edge of the fire, pull a few coals over them. Just forget about them. When you finish fishing, you're sitting down having a coffee or something, flick them out of the fire, woo, woo, undo them, crack them down the middle, a bit of butter, salt and pepper. I'm in heaven, I'm in heaven. Potatoes done on an open fire. Yeah, nice. If you want to get real fancy with your chips, you want a spiral potato chip. You ever seen them where they pull them out? It's just one potato, but like all in little round rings. All you do is you parboil your potatoes, all right? So they're not quite cooked, nearly cooked. Then you get a skewer and put it through the middle, right up its bum and out its neck. There's your potato. Put it on the deck, hold a sharp knife, cut down to the actual skewer, and just rotate slowly. Keep moving it along. Get what I'm doing?
I'm with you, Terry.
And at the end, you can pull it out like that. Season it, put it in the deep fryer.
I'm with Terry. Her idea of camping is a hotel. That's
Yeah,
called,
my wife loves camping, as long as that the vehicle that we're driving to the camp spot is actually in the 5-star hotel car park.
that's called glamping.
So she can go upstairs. Do you do room service 24/7?
No, I will.
Okay, we'll book.
I will do a caravan, whatever you want to call it, as long as there's a shower and a toilet in it.
No, camping's good, but yeah, we get old. We tend to want have a shower and sit on the balcony. Wife likes a glass of wine, bit of a cheese platter, fresh tomato, salt and pepper, nice little tipple, nice. Pickles, of course, dill, pickle onions.
Cold meat.
Sometimes we'll do that. We won't even cook anything. We just out of the fridge cheeses. We've got lots of pickles. I make my own pickles too. Got videos on that if you want to go and check them out. Homemade bread and butter pickles, pickle onions, homemade chili sauce. I like doing that stuff. Yours keep going out? Anyway, have a bit of a chin wag, as we say in Australia, which is talk.
Put it on the top.
A little bit of a chin wag.
Tin wag. Oh, I'm a bit slow back because I'm a bit tired. This makes me hungry too early to eat here. Nah, you can eat any time of the day, Carol.
Eat when you're hungry.
Yeah, eat when you're hungry. Doesn't matter.
That's what your body's
Doesn't
telling
matter.
you. Eat.
If you wake up 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and you're hungry, have something. Easy. Your videos make me hungry when you do the cook. Yes, yeah. Oh, that's a big wet print, right? I just watched Mrs. Seed's. Oh, I missed what you wrote. I just watched Mrs. Seed's Tower of London vlog. I was a gardener in that Tower of London. Oh, were you, print? Ah, cool.
Good thing about it is it's
That would have
nice
been a
and it's
good
good
job.
historical, but it's full of people all the time. I want to go there at 3 in the morning when no one's there.
Oh, well, it's a tourist destination. Yeah, I like all those My holiday videos are shortly coming to an end. I've got German to do.
We actually saw Scottish crown jewels, but we got to the Tower of London about mid-morning. We wandered around, looked at certain things, and then we wondered why this queue. We went to a cafe and had a coffee and a sandwich. We sat outside and we looked, what's this bloody queue? Went all the way down, back to just about where the Ravens were. That queue was a queue to get in to see the Royal British
Sure.
Crown Jewels. And on it, it says, halfway up the hill on a little peg, 3 hours. You in this queue would be 3 hours. And this was up there on the hill. We were way down here. There was the cafe here. And then there was a line going around a tree and heading towards the Ravens. So people were standing in line for 4 to 5 hours. I would like to have seen the British Royal Crown Jewels, but I did see them when I was a kid. There wasn't a queue like that then.
And you know they take photos, so that sort of was sad. I definitely hope, we'll let you know.
What's that?
When we come over, it'll
Yeah.
probably be summer.
But there's still a train going to Canterbury, isn't there? I'm pretty sure there's a train that goes to Canterbury.
What are you talking about?
Why?
What do you mean Canterbury?
In New Zealand.
Oh,
You know, east of Queenstown, that way.
hey. I mean,
Good train systems in New Zealand, actually.
I'd love to go see the mountains at snow time, but no, actually, I think I'd like to see summer.
Well, you have
Because
seen it.
they're-
You've been to New Zealand in the winter.
That's right, and it was a bit too cold for me, so we'll come summer. We'll do a summer New Zealand trip.
Never had any fascination for the North Island. Hi. There's probably plenty of New Zealanders would say, oh, why not?
Well,
Yeah,
Mum-
just hasn't interested me. South, however, that interests me. Fly, I've done heaps of fishing in my life, but I'd film her.
Yeah, I'd enjoy it. Trout fishing is from October through to
This is
April.
how I used to fish fly, you know what I'm talking about. Only Fly actually knows what I'm doing at the moment.
Well,
So you know I can fly fish. Good fun actually.
trout fishing.
Bloody water's cold though, New Zealand. Bloody freezing. Probably what New Zealand is above everything else is that it's probably even a bit better in Australia along the lines of a fair go. It's hard to explain what I just said, but it's my feeling when I get to New Zealand.
Yeah, but I know what print means by eco-friendly.
Yeah, used to do it a lot, mate. I even used to fly fish on reefs. You know, the fish come up from the reef and bit heavier line than you would think though. You know, we're talking 30-pound line. Because these fish are like 25, 30 kilos. Big blue bone snappers and cobia. But fly fishing, deep sea fly fishing, it's not that popular. But I've done it a few times. It's good fun on a big algae reel. Basically a fish of about 25 kilo, you need to winch the bastard in. You know what I mean? Forget about the fight, just winch the bugger in.
I will warn you though, Fly, I do not gut clean a fish or do any of that. I will kiss it and throw it back.
I'll fillet it. I'll butterfly it within minutes. Egg and bread, bit of flour, egg and breadcrumb. Bit of lemon, bit of black pepper, salt, and some nice fresh rolls. Chuck her in there. Yeah. Actually, fishing in general, I know what you mean about fly fishing though, it's like a contemplation. Just, you're in the moment. But even if you just got a rod and a rod holder, a little fire going, and you just look around, see the birds, fish break in the water every now and then. That's meditation. I don't care what anyone says. Going fishing is not just about fishing. Certainly nice to bring a feed home or cook one there, but it's more than that. It really is. It's something inherent in all of us to be a hunter-gatherer. And that's what you're doing when you're fishing, or die, you're hunter-gatherer. That's what you're doing when you're fishing or diving. That's what I used to do, a lot of diving as well. But it is meditative, no question about that. I mean, if you just get one of High Country's videos and every now and then
yeah,
just stop
watch
it and see all the mountains in the background
I just watched
and the lake,
scenery.
the reflection of a tree hanging over the water, and you tell me that's not meditative, I'll call you a liar. So New Zealand is a very spiritual country. I know that for a fact. Hard not to be with that scenery. You land in Queenstown, which is a little tourist place in New Zealand, west of High Country. He's in Canterbury, but Queenstown, you land at the airport and you've got to get through the mountains first, and that's how your plane lands. I'm not kidding you. When you land, you get on the tarmac and you look up. All you see is mountains all the way around you.
That's incredible.
You're automatically in the movie Lord of the Rings. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful country. Like I say, I have no great desire to go to the north. Some nice spots there, don't get me wrong, but the south always fascinates me. But your roads are so bloody tight, mate. They don't spend a lot of money on the roads, do they? Particularly around the bush. I bet it's the same where you are. Just enough room for two cars to get past. New Zealand Road Authority likes to, well, your car's only that wide, mate, so we'll build a road that wide. Come on. You can always do this as you pass each other. But the food's always good in New Zealand. It's just good, earthy food. You know, they have a modern day crap like everywhere else does, but New Zealanders eat plain good food. If you ever get a chance to, even in the US, if someone invites you to a hangi, which is a Maori custom way of cooking, go to it. You might be thinking, what's a hangi? Just take Seed's word for it. Just go to it. You will have a ball. Don't expect to be there for an hour.
No.
Right?
Oh,
You go to Maori's home, you're there all day, maybe even half of the next day.
the vegetables done in a hangi. That's my
Yep.
favourite.
Yams, spuds, carrot, you name it, they chuck everything in there.
Flavour.
And then when they dig the sand away, you can have your meal. You go, what? Yeah. When they dig the sand away, you can have your meal. And you'll love it. Actually, I don't know. Hi, do they do any, like you can imagine tourists landing in New Zealand and they and you say, okay, it's $50 a head to go to a hangi. They go there in their thousands.
I think, well,
But I've never seen that. I've been to hangis. It's usually a very personal thing, or with friends and family, but would certainly be a tourist attraction, without a doubt. I've no doubt they'd flock to something like that. Traditional hangi, maybe in a big yard, like with sheds and tables and benches around or something, and of course a few Maori performers, because they're brilliant to watch as well. And then a big hangi. Be a good day out, be a whole day trip. But most day trips around the world, if you go anywhere around the world and doing a day trip, like go to the islands or go to this place for a feed and a bit of a touristy look, it's $200. That's it, 150 to $200 per person. So, and I know the New Zealanders will make it a bit cheaper, but imagine having 100 people at $50 a head. Hi, 10 grand. That's just a couple of pigs. Or sheep thrown in there as well for a bonus. Anyway, I think we'll call it quits. We're going to go to bed. We had a big day. I'll put a couple more videos up. Watch the next video. I put the koala video up, but watch the next one. It's about shearing. And Hi knows all about shearing. But when it comes to, there's a few funny bits in it as well. So hopefully you get to see that one. And then another one I'll do is to do with wildlife at the park we went to. But I want to see a bit of Australia. It's coming up in about half an hour. See you then. Have a good night, everyone. There's the boss. Have a great day wherever you are on this planet. Only got one of them. Enjoy it. Good night.